rather strapping, aren't you? If you're here about the traps, there's no need to worry. Claudina fixed them right up. She's really quite good at this. I can almost guarantee that they won't trip anyone else today. Spirits, of course. Ideally the ones that have been terrorizing these poor people. My mentor, Claudina, and I are supernatural specialists. We've been given the important responsibility of investigating Blackreach's disappearing miners. Not yet, but I know we're close. We've hit a few snags, but if we just had a little more time, and maybe a set of extra hands... You look very clever. I'm sure if you joined us, we'd solve this in no time. Interested? Claudina would reward you. We identified a few spots with reported spiritual activity. Here, take Claudina's notes. The hope is that placing traps here will increase our chances of capturing an entity, and figuring out what happened to the missing miners. Exciting, right? Oh, what a wonderful question. I won't bore you with the details, though they are fascinating. Essentially, these traps will magically weaken the spirit. Once it passes through the physical barrier, the warding spells render it unable to move. Absolutely! My very first case with Claudina, we captured a very powerful ghost with such a trap. I'll never forget. It burst forth from the wardrobe and I nearly died of fright. Thankfully, Claudina pushed me out of the way, just in time. I'm not sure. I used to try and guess the conclusions of our cases, but I was almost always wrong. Claudina says not to speculate too early. Each case is different and requires a different approach. I hope the missing people are safe at any rate.
Phoebe convinced you to help us, did she? You have my thanks. But I hope you're prepared to work. This is a very serious responsibility. We owe it to these people to ease their fears. This is my life's work. I do not take it lightly.
What an exciting case! I simply must write down this new development.
Focus on the task at hand. There will be time for that later.
Did you have any trouble setting up the traps? Great work! You're a natural. Have you ever considered making this your life's work? It's really quite rewarding, and you certainly have the aptitude for it. Anyway, I'm sure Elle will be relieved to hear that they're all set up now. Elle Bitterblade, the head of Dusktown. She hired us, though she's been understandably doubtful since her husband, Overseer Earlvar, kicked us out of the mines earlier. Maybe you could help smooth things over by telling her the traps are set up? Oh, thank you so much. Claudina and I are good with the spirit side of things, but we struggle with people. If you talk to Elle and assure her that we're doing everything we can, she'd probably feel better. She should be right outside the mines. Well, remember what I said earlier about the traps? We had an incident with the mine foreman, but he wasn't in any danger. We freed his leg easily and got all the paint off. We fixed the traps, but nonetheless, the mines are off limits to us now.
Those new arrivals, they didn't stop in Dusktown, went straight for those dwarven ruins.
I thought we were trying to keep this place a secret.
What?
Grumog, please. There's no need for alarm.
But Captain Agaron is missing now. Who will protect us?
We don't need protection. We're perfectly safe.
You're wrong. There's something evil haunting this place, and we're its next victims.
I'm beginning to think hiring those ghost hunters was a mistake. I thought it would make everyone feel a little safer to know we were looking into it, but it's just made everything worse. Are you another one of that woman's assistants? Look, when I hired those two, they assured me that they had things well in hand. But we've got another person missing, and my people are scrambling over themselves in their fear. My town guard, Captain Agron. He was last seen at the administrative offices, but then he didn't show up for his posting. He just up and vanished, same as the others. Possibly, but I wouldn't have taken Captain Agaron for a deserter. If you're helping those ghost hunters, would you take a look in the offices? My people are scared. I'd like to have a working theory to give them, at least. Here, take my keys. They'll give you access. But please, keep your investigation out of the mines. After that incident this morning, Earlvar only wants workers down there. Best to keep everyone safe. At this point, I'm ready to believe it's all a grand joke being played at my expense. I don't know if it's just miners wandering off, or if it's malevolent spirits. But if this doesn't get figured out soon, my whole operation is going under.
This is the place, Claudina. The locals say Captain Agron disappeared from this very spot.
It's locked. We must find a way inside.
Oh good, you're just in time. We've hit a wall in the investigation. How did it go with Elle? Oh, great! That's wonderful! Now we don't have to find another way inside. I keep telling Claudina you're a natural. You've just taken to all of this so splendidly. I'm thrilled you get to participate in the ceremony. I envy you, getting to experience it for the first time. Basically, if Captain Agron disappeared here, there might be some kind of spiritual residue left over from whatever took place. We need to conduct a ritual to try and harness it. Here. You take the spirit summoning whistle. When I spread the salts, you blow it. And if there are any spirits remaining in the area, the tone will force them out of hiding. It's a big responsibility, but I know you're ready for it. It varies by situation, but I've seen it work well over a dozen times. Some spirits find it more annoying than anything, but others are very susceptible to the sound. There are few supernatural beings that can ignore it, however. in here is powerful. Don't you think, Claudina? We're onto something. All right, here go the smelling salts. Get ready with the whistle. Do you hear that? It's coming from upstairs.
Slow down, Phoebe. Be vigilant, not hurry.
Did you see that basket move?
Phoebe, wait. What have I told you about jumping to conclusions? You'll have to forgive Phoebe. She's still young. And for all her scholarly knowledge, she's prone to startling at the slightest provocation. Did you find anything worthwhile? Let me see that. This is from Erlvar, the mine overseer. Could it be mere coincidence that the town guard investigating the mystery of the miners just happens to be the next to go missing? I think not. There is something amiss here. I have some idea. There's one just below, tucked away in the back of the town. Phoebe may be indisposed for the moment, so I'm counting on you to join me. Keep her whistle on you. We may need it.
What was all that screaming?
Oh, no worries here. All part of the process, I assure you.
My people are scared enough as it is, and these excessive displays are just making things worse. You all need to figure this out.
I'm certain these are the caves mentioned in the letter. Use the spirit whistle here. What was that? It came from inside.
Acheron, no! Gods, no! Captain Acheron, he's dead. How can he be dead? This wasn't supposed to happen. None of this was supposed to happen. I don't know. I was supposed to meet Captain Acheron, but as I passed the caves, I heard a cry. I ran in to find him bleeding out. He died before I could ask what happened. Acheron was a fine man. He didn't deserve this fate. This is unacceptable. No, I didn't. You two need to leave. Stop investigating this. Gather your assistant, pack your things, and get out of Blackreach. This is getting far too dangerous, and I don't want to see anyone else get hurt. Please. We're wasting time. Just go.
We need to talk. I feel Overseer Erlvar knows more than he told us. The last thing we should do is heed his advice to quit now. That I do not know, but he seems to be increasingly agitated as we continue to investigate. I may deal in spirits more often than I deal with the living, but I know when I'm being led by the nose. He's hiding something. Let's find out what. Captain Acheron's wounds are fresh, which means the culprit can't have gone far. We didn't see anything on our way in, so whatever attacked him must have left through the other side of the cave. We should see if we can pick up its trail. Come, it can't have gone far. Look! Whatever killed Captain Acheron must have triggered one of our traps. There's footprints. Follow those footprints.
New arrivals. They didn't stop in Dusktown. Went straight for those dwarven ruins.
I thought we were trying to keep this place a secret, and they sure didn't look like miners.
Curious. Spirits don't use trap doors. Be one with the shadows. We cannot afford to be seen. A strange mist. Follow it. It's over. Stay low.
Captain Agron was not part of our deal.
I am a vampire, Erlvar. I have needs. I made that clear when you hired me.
I hired you to protect my people. This was not what we agreed. You've taken it too far.
Who are you to reprimand me? You haven't seen too far. Just wait.
It's all beginning to make sense. Overseer Erlvar employed a vampire to protect the mine. How dastardly. I believe that explains the missing miners quite succinctly. He must have given the vampire people in exchange for protection for the rest of his workers. But from what, I wonder? Not yet. Despite our ingenious detective work, right now it's still the Overseer's word against ours. And he's already given Elle reason to distrust us. What we need is definitive proof, then she'll have to listen. I believe the Overseer's office is just across the mine. We should investigate. Of course, we have to find a way in first. Perhaps you could pick the lock, or steal his key. I'm somewhat out of my element now. Excellent. You are truly the purveyor of justice Phoebe made you out to be. Just be careful. If we manage to get ourselves caught, we won't get the chance to prove anything.
The last time I summoned the guard, they arrived very quickly.
What did you find? That look on your face. Tell me you found something. And explains what he was trying to protect his people from. It is not enough to simply turn this evidence over to Elle. I was hired to help this town. Spirits or no, I have a responsibility. We must stop this horror. The vampire seemed as though he was threatening Overseer Erlvar at the end of their altercation. Perhaps he's planning some kind of retaliation. If so, there's a chance we could catch him in the act if we find him. We need to investigate the mines. There has to be a clue that will point us in the direction of that monster. Let's leave here. Dusktown needs us. vampire. Follow him, but stay out of sight. Curse him! We'll never be able to catch him like this. How do we apprehend a man who can vanish into thin air right before our eyes? Vampires do not obey the same laws as specters and ghosts. My tools would be useless against him. Unless... Phoebe's whistle. Do you still have it? It's designed to emit a tone that's unsavory to immortal creatures. Perhaps it will disturb him. It's impossible to say without evidence. But it wasn't made specifically with spirits in mind, so there is a chance. Go on, try it. This is the only plan we've got.
My head!
There he goes. Follow him. More bodies. He's leaving a trail. He's not getting away.
You'll die like all the rest.
We have our proof. Let us return to Dusktown.
I heard someone...
This isn't about innocence or guilt. You have a bounty for crimes committed, and I must collect it. I appreciate you taking this so well.
Those new arrivals, they didn't stop in Dusktown, went straight for those dwarven ruins.
I thought we were trying to
Ridiculous.
keep this place a
You can't
secret,
waltz in
and
here
they
and
sure
accuse
did
me of
look
such a
like
thing.
miners to me.
My husband would never do something so insane. I don't suppose you have any proof.
Proof? What proof could they possibly have?
You and your associates accuse my husband of outrageous actions. Making deals with monsters? Murder? I hope you have a damn good reason. Let me see that. Donors? But I don't understand. You can't mean... Earlvar was feeding innocent miners to a vampire in order to keep everyone safe? How could this happen? How could I not have known? These were my people! The fact that he realized he was in over his head doesn't excuse the abhorrent decision in the first place. This is sickening. We both want to protect our people, but to think he'd resort to something so barbaric... You're right. We would have been left to wonder and kept losing people were it not for you and those two over there. Just tell me one thing. Did you kill the vampire responsible? Good. Good. At least there's that. Earlvar, you foolish man. What have you done?
Everything is ruined. I swear to you, I was only trying to keep my people safe.
Earlvar will answer.
Another case solved. Though we weren't dealing in spirits today, I have no doubt you'd make a fine ghost hunter. You have a natural talent for investigation. Elle has my sympathy. It is not easy to condemn someone you love. She is strong. She will be fine. Anyway, it was an honor to work with you. If you ever find yourself tangled in the world of spirits again, I do hope you'll seek us out. Here, take this for your time. You undoubtedly deserve it. You know, I think Phoebe looks up to you. You've become a point of inspiration for her. I know we both hope our paths cross again.
Needed. You should be thanking me.
Earlvar, you fool!
Hey, partner. Glad I found you. Now let's get Fen and return to the Blue Palace. The message said Fen found lodgings on the south side of Dusktown. We should look for him there. Fen, you in here? Let's look around. Fen never struck me as a messy person. Could there have been a struggle here? Burnt papers. Someone was trying to hide something. Burnt journal pages, Fen's flask, and a strange old key. All found among clear signs of a struggle. But other than what's in the flask, we didn't see any blood. That means Fen was probably taken alive. The key looks dwarven to me, and the notes mention a dwarven tower. They could be connected. The notes also indicate that Fen was going to meet with someone named Edyar east of the Dusktown Bridge. You start there and I'll check with the locals. Burnt journal. More than likely. If they want to get information out of him, death might be preferable to whatever tortures they have planned. Let's get to it. You find this Edyar, and I'll see if the locals saw what happened here.
Sod off.
Generous today.
This is my patch of ground. You don't listen too well, do you? All right. Talk fast and tell me why I shouldn't rip out your throat. The silk shirt kept notes? Of course he did. And where is Fenorian? He's late, and he still hasn't compensated me for the information I gave him. I need that key! Missing? Probably taken by the same bastard that has my packmates, Exart Singalis. Fenorian said he could provide a key to unlock their chains, if I told him about the experiments performed on us. If you can get that key, I'll tell you more. Hircine's fetid breath, that's it! Look, I managed to escape from Singalis's tower, but my packmates are still chained up in the Lightless Hollow. Use that key to set them free. Then, I'll tell you how to find Fenorian. The Lightless Hollow lies to the east, and Hircine's claws. Who is that tall woman?
Stand down. I'm a friend.
My packmates are in a work camp on the Lightless Hollow's west side. That's the big cavern to the east. You need that key to unlock the special chains that bind them. I'll meet you south of the work camp after you set them free. Exarch Singalis. He's a vampire, part of a group called the Grey Host. They're military, but he's some sort of insane genius. An alchemist, a scholar, and he tinkers with machines. My pack wouldn't fight for them, so they found other uses for us. Digging, tunneling, actually, up toward the surface. Then, every so often, Singalis would send for one of us. The mad vampire likes needles. He would either take our blood, or inject something into us. Never said why, but he enjoyed his work.
None of the locals really wanted to talk. One or two admitted to seeing Fen, but no one witnessed any kind of disturbance at his lodgings. At least, no one saw anything they were willing to tell me about. Is this Edyar? Does he know anything? Why is everything so complicated in this part of Skyrim? Alright, so tell me, what did Fen agree to do for our half-naked friend over there? Packmates? Edyar is a werewolf? Pfft, this just keeps getting better and better. So I take it you know how you want to deal with this particular situation?
Their blood may feed your thirst, my friend, but it also stains your soul.
Where are you? That scent. Why do you smell like Edyar? Edyar sent you. Then he made it. He's alive. That's wonderful news. Exarch Singalis experimented on me. I blacked out, but they thought I was dead. They tossed me out of the tower. Barely managed to crawl to this spot. Still at the camp, to the north. Hamild, Myrtilda, and Thevin. Save them before Singalis finishes them off. Just come back, all right? I don't think I can make it on my own. smell like the Grey Host. Run before they catch you too. You set me free. I owe you one.
Working as fast as I can, you blood-sucking bastards! Seems claws. I thought I'd be digging forever. Thanks.
You actually did it. You freed my pack. Now it's my turn. If Exarch Zingalis took Fenorian, and I'm pretty sure he did, you'll find them both in the ruined Dwarven Tower. It's difficult to get inside if you're not a vampire, but I know a way. Like I said, Zingalis' helper made a mistake. Forgot to fasten my chains after one of my tortures. I slipped away, crawled along some pipes, and fell into a chamber with one of those dwarven lifts. There was also a door, the one behind me. It'll get you close. There's a big door that leads into Zingalis' lair, but it's sealed. You need to figure out the dwarven mechanism to open it. Then make your way to the experimentation chamber. That's probably where he's keeping Fenorian. The door's over here. Hurry, before they spot us.
definitely dwarven. Watch out for traps. That must be the door Edyar mentioned. Sealed tight. No lock. Not even a handle. I don't suppose the werewolf told you how to open it, did he? Turned on. Keep going. The gear started moving. You must be doing something right. Let's try the door. Edyar was telling the truth. They were experimenting. Why does everything connected to vampires involve blood? That was Fen! We need to keep moving.
It fights against its nature, Rada al-Saran. A weaker breed. Ashen Lord crafted the plan. machine will finish him momentarily, my lord.
Finish your work here, Singalis, then join me in the keep. You must bear witness when we make our move.
Of course, Rada al-Saran. I am eager to see the power of our ultimate power storm. Test subjects. Just in time. This one is about spent. There's an art to pacify an uncooperative. You cannot stop the Grey Host. I cannot wait to cut open your skull.
Fenn's delirious. See if you can free him.
Go. Warm solitude. You should have left me. Go warn solitude. Aksak Singalis and Rada al-Saran talked freely while they tortured me. They're planning some sort of assault on Solitude. A massive Harrowstorm. I need blood. But I won't drink from an unwilling person. In this state, even with a willing participant, I don't trust my restraint. If I only had my flask. My flask. Thank you, my friend. Rada al-Saran is the one they call the Ashen Lord, leader of the Grey Host. He and Singalis often went into the nearby sanctum to talk. I heard a few words. Map. Plan. But I couldn't make out the rest. Yes. Once I take a long drink from my flask, I'll join you.
Take your time. You've been through a lot.
They did whatever they wanted. I couldn't stop them. Exarch Singalis was insane. But he was also a genius. If he kept records, they'll be...
So, partner, what did you find? We set out to find Fen and bring him back to Solitude. Along the way, we learned more about our true enemy, killed one of their leaders, and acquired some valuable intelligence. That's a victory in my book. Not that I can think of. I'll make sure that Fen makes it to the Blue Palace. We'll meet you there. And don't forget that map and communique. Come on, Fen. Princess Svana herself requested your presence at the Blue Palace.
I don't believe I'm very good company right now.
Come on, Fen. We'll help you through this.
Stendarr, keep me safe. And my coins in my purse.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors. Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game.
It's true. The Reach attacked Morthal. The Jarl's soldiers put a stop to it.
What is it?
You are welcome here, Fenorian of House Ravenwatch.
I don't know what to say.
You're back! Lyris was just making introductions and was about to give her report. Why don't you tell me what happened? By all the Mead and Sovngarde, it's good to see you and the others. Your vampire scholar seems out of sorts, but I'm glad to make his acquaintance. Lyris tells me you ran into a bit of trouble. Care to explain? And I can't wait to hear all the details. In the meantime, let's take a look at what you found and try to devise a plan. Lyris didn't say much, but she indicated that time is short. Here, take this. You deserve a lot more, but it's all I can spare. The information you brought back from Blackreach might give us a fighting chance. Let's put our heads together and figure out how to use what you learned. My father be damned!
Listen to your daughter, son. You need to do something. Don't just be calm. I know exactly what I need to do. Help! I need no help from the likes of you.
Don't be a fool, Father. This elixir will save our people.
I didn't think you anything. You have actually surpassed my expectations, more's the pity. And I'll hear no more talk.
The Grey Host? Where have I heard that name? Meanwhile, my father rounded up the Herald and moved his soldiers to the outer walls. Then he ordered the quartermaster to stockpile Castle Dower. He's preparing Solitude to withstand a long siege.
For all eternity.
That might work against a mob of Reachmen, but thick walls can't stop a Herostorm. Any war we try to wage will be over before it starts if we don't find a way to stop them. Fen knows more about the storms than anyone. See what he suggests. Talk to Fen. If he has any bright ideas, I'd love to hear them. Magister Fidelia has been
When you talk to Fen...
I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me. Focus on the mission, just like Verandis told me. Could you show me the research you recovered from Exarch Singalis' laboratory?
We're locked out. I'm safe, boy. Damn it all! I need to get down there.
Follow him.
These notes prove my theory. Netherroot is the key component of the Herostorm ritual. It's like a poison for the soul. Weakens the bonds to the body so it can be pulled free. They're harvesting life energy from anyone caught in the storms. I'm guessing but it may have something to do with those stone husks we saw. Remember how the werewolf emerged from one? And look at the mixture you retrieved. It isn't like the residue we recovered from the witch pike. It's more concentrated. That's certainly what Singalis' notes imply. Despite how it looks, a plan is formulating in my mind. I think I can create an elixir, but I'll need more of this refined netherroot brew. And we need to solve the mystery of the Coven medallions. I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me. Focus on the mission, just like Verandis taught me. Could you show me the research you recovered from Exarchs?
The map we found in... See those marks? Grey host sites that correspond to the communique we found. I know a commander's map when I see one. Each of those marks matches a location mentioned in the communique from Rada al-Saran, the leader of the Grey Host. I can already see where we need to go. That mark on the northwest coast, that's an Ice Reach Coven camp. The communique mentioned needing more medallions. Odds are, they come from there. And here, a Midland camp between Dragon Bridge and Morthal. It's a staging ground for the Harrow Storms. More than likely. Those two locations should provide what Fen needs to finish his elixir. We can't bet everything on that, though. The communique mentions a warlord's camp in Blackreach. Maybe we can learn more about their ultimate plan there. Svanna, Fen, and I will divvy up the camps and scout ahead. Fen should investigate the coastal camp. I'll take the Midlands camp. That leaves Svanna with Blackreach. Meet up with each of us when you're ready. Then we'll hit each camp in turn. We don't have a lot of solid details, just what we've pieced together from the Grey Host's notes and communique. But I'll answer your questions the best I can.